Hello, dear friends and watchers. This is Psychic Leela Hell, and I'm here with you today to do a romance reading for Mariqueen. Mariqueen wants to know about her connection with her partner. She is seeking confirmation as well as wants to know if she is on the right path. The Lovers, Ace of Pentacles, the Emperor, the Nine of Swords, the King of Wands, the Four of Coins, the Page of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands. That connection is not only true, it is also returned. It is the kind where you give as much effort as you put in. Your lover accepts the role of responsibility as well as shouldering some of the burdens in the relationship. I see that you are concerned. You spend a lot of time overthinking and worrying about how to conduct yourself, how the things you say are received, and whether or not you're saying them in the correct manner. I see that your intentions and your heart are in the right place, but your delivery can sometimes be poor, which leads to making the same mistakes or investing a lot of your emotions into a situation and finding that the outcome goes against the grain of what you're trying to achieve. Practice detachment from negative thinking. Liberate yourself from the anxiety and the worry of replaying things in your mind, or reading too much into an action or into an intention when you don't quite understand where they're coming from. I see joyfulness and I see playful energy, flirtatious energy. I think what you are lacking is that sensitive sense of being seen and catered to in special or emotional ways. I think you're seeking emotional openness and detachment from self-consciousness or worry in your partner. Your partner's attitude towards the relationship is confident and flirty, at times self-interested or leaning towards pleasing himself. and you are met with defensiveness. Whether or not you intend to come across as complaining or saying things in a misunderstood tone, I think that your delivery coming from anxiety makes you be misunderstood or misread in situations. Concerns are minor and they fade away with time and with confirmation. I also see that the attachment practice of that will help you feel less affected by how you are perceived when it is perceived incorrectly. Advice for you moving forward is to do so with enthusiasm and to let your inner kid out. I think if you start having more fun and you worry less about things that you can't immediately control or change, you will liberate yourself of that worry and from the anxiety. But taking steps also to alleviate your anxiety is paramount, because when you feel trapped or when you feel like you don't understand or you're misunderstood, then that tends to discourage you or slow you down in your efforts towards growing as a person and in these relationships especially. Maybe you have some doubts or some thoughts that nag away at your conscience and bother you at times, because you don't want to feel tied down to a circumstance that is draining you. I don't think that is the case. I think you are free to act independently and appreciated for your true sense of self. The real challenge comes in accepting each other as you are, rather than trying to figure out how to make the situation work. You're a sensitive person and you can't help how much you perceive simply from body language, or you read more into what is not said than what is said at times. A classic overthinker, or just somebody who's gifted with the ability to see all the angles of a situation at all times. Both can be a curse. I see it in your life, in your future projection stability, the importance of making conscientious decisions and of making decisions that as you move forward you feel good about. You should feel confirmation when you step forward, rather than the uncertainty that sometimes plagues your mind or keeps you from focusing and keeps you in a place of worry. I think releasing mental or emotional burdens that no longer serve you are advised, because if you carry that weight around, the only person who is suffering is you. I think that when reality and your life and your circumstances are smiling towards you, it's easy to focus on what's not working or what is a problem that needs to be fixed eventually, rather than enjoying all the signs of the present moment that could bring you joy and a sense of connection. Try to focus on what matters. Prioritize what matters the most. It looks like you have something you can rely on, something that's still growing, even if slowly. Sometimes the pace at which things grow can be anxiety inducing, because we're ready for circumstances to move right along. But with the right intentions and with a little bit of patience, I think you will find your investment pays back in dividends. doors open for you when you stop resisting and you stop worrying and trying to push the circle into the square. You are happiest when you are free of worry or concern. I think more so than growth in your relationship, the next year is one of personal growth. Those seem to be the areas of your life in which you will be most actively working. Let's look into some advice for you. The Ten of Cups, the Emperor, the Five of Cups, the Hermit, Death, the Ace of Swords, the Knight of Cups, Judgment, the Page of Coins, the Devil, the Lovers. Interesting to see repeating cards. The most standout thing to me is the advice of being happy with what you have and appreciating it and helping those in your life feel the weight of your appreciation, how much you care for them, especially when you do. I feel like you're reflecting mirror images of each other, in a sense. What you bring out of each other is also what you're looking into. Advise to leave past burdens and pains behind. Not to carry monkeys on your shoulder that you no longer need to. Liberate yourself from the stress and the worry of old problems. Shoulder responsibility with a level head. Continue to look for a sense of direction. Understand that some things take time. Don't get attached to circumstances or mindset. Learn to practice detachment in areas where you might benefit. Clarity of thought and of expression of that thought. Be mindful of your word. Be gentle with your word. Try to moderate how you say things if you feel you are misunderstood or like the point isn't quite coming across the way you want it to. Because there's always the message you're sending out, but how is it received? And can you interpret how it's being received differently from how you intend for it to be? Clarity and communication will help you. Exercise your right to daydream and to envision new possibilities and new delights for the future of your relationship. Find the aspects of it that are dreamy. And learn to go with the flow of the inconstance of life. Be open to ways in which you can grow and to calls to action. Could be somebody from your past comes back to dredge up some old pain or wounds. But it's how you choose to react in the future that makes all the difference. You are in command of your actions, not the actions of others. Invest in passions and hobbies that make you feel free. Express your love in a way that is more visible. Doesn't need to be a gift, it could just be a gesture. But express it differently all the same. Make conscientious choices. And never the choice that makes you feel trapped. Move forward with enthusiasm and look to express yourself creatively in a way that will help you stand out. Embrace a flirty side or a side to you that is more hands-on, more straightforward, at times more direct. And have fun with it while you're saying it. Thank you so much for getting this reading, Mariqueen. It has been an absolute delight to read for you tonight, and I hope that you enjoy this reading. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please do not hesitate to send me a message. This is Psychic Leela Hell, and I wish you all a great evening.